Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at the Spiderwick Chronicles, the Field Guide, Chapter 6. Chapter 6 starts with a rude awakening for Jared. He's sleeping, he's dreaming, and suddenly his mom comes in. Jared, wake up right now! Whoa! What's going on? Mom says, you want to pretend like you don't know? Get to the kitchen. So Jared walks to the kitchen, and when he gets there, everything is a mess. There's broken eggs everywhere. There's flour on the floor. There's broken dishes. It looks like there was a war in this place. And everyone is looking at Jared. And Jared tries to say, I didn't do it. He tries to defend himself, and he even points to these small little tracks in the flour. But Mallory doesn't listen to him, and Mallory's like, I'm gonna kill you. And Mom's not listening to him, and she's like, Jared, I think you're crazy. Simon says, I don't think Jared did it. But the mom thinks that Jared is making Simon say that. And so she doesn't think Simon's saying the truth. And in the freezer, they find, so sad. We can see when the story starts that Simon looks really sad. And Jared finds out why. He opens the freezer, and in these little ice cubes are the tadpoles that Simon had found the day before. And they're frozen. And there was a little letter in there saying it's not nice to freeze mice. And so Simon's pet mice that he had are missing too. And Mom and Mallory think Jared definitely did it. Well, Mom says, guess what, Jared? Because you're acting crazy, you have to clean this mess, and you have to take out the trash and clean all day. So Jared is taking out the trash, and as he's taking out the trash, one of the bags gets stuck on a branch, and he pulls it, and the bag rips open. As Jared is trying to clean up the bag, he notices that some of the things in the bag were from the house of the brownie. It wasn't a Bogart then, it was a brownie. And he thinks, maybe if I fix this house, the Bogart will be nice again. And so he saves those things and he throws the other stuff away. As he's going inside, his mom asks him, what are you carrying? And he just says, nothing. And she just decides to let it go. But she tells Jared that if he keeps behaving badly, right? And we know this isn't Jared. But she says, if he keeps behaving badly and bad things keep happening around the house, then she is going to send him to someone, to a doctor, to see if he's being crazy. And Jared asks her, Mom, why don't you believe me? I'm not doing this. And he said, is it because I got in a fight at school? And Mom was like, well, your brother doesn't fight and Mallory doesn't really fight. And she's like, I'm sorry, Jared, I just can't trust you. And that's kind of how the chapter ends, with Jared in a terrible, terrible spot. Oh, look how sad he looks. You did it! Well, the first vocabulary word we have is sob. And when Jared looks at Simon looks like he had been sobbing, or he lets out a small sob. It's a little cry, it's kind of sound that Simon makes. So we can sob and use as vocabulary word, and it can also be sound. Oh my, I didn't notice this until right now, but there is the picture of the Bogart right here in this. Oh, did you guys notice this before? I didn't notice that. the Bogart was watching as Jared was getting in trouble. Wow. Sorry, let me change this to nothing. I don't know how to here we go. No. Nothing. Nothing? Normal. Okay. We're going to look at this red dot for a while. Sob means to cry. Luminous. This is one of the words that Jared finds in the Bogart's house. Luminous means like bright or shining. Like a light gives illumination. And it is luminous. Shiny. Or having its own light. This word is soliloquy. That's a pretty hard one. But soliloquy is kind of like when you're talking to yourself out loud. What should I do? I don't know. And you don't really care about the other people around you. Usually, this is done in a play or in some performance, right? If you think of Shakespeare or something like that, maybe the characters are talking, blah, 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 and then they stop. And then one character walks out. And the character's like, oh, if I marry this woman, then I will do this. But if I marry this woman, then I'll do this. And he's just talking to him or herself out loud. And then they go back into the story. And that is a soliloquy. Take you to someone. This is what Mom says to Jared. I will take you to someone. And we don't want to say the word psychiatrist or therapist or counselor because we feel like, oh, maybe I'm crazy. But if we say someone, it sounds a little softer. But that's what Mom means. I'm going to take you to a doctor to see if you're crazy. There were a bunch of discussion questions that I had for this chapter, but the main one I want to ask you is, have you ever woken up in trouble? Okay, you're just asleep, you're dreaming, feels great, and boom! Mom or dad or sister, brother, whatever, wakes you up and you are in trouble. You don't even know why. Has that ever happened to you? Well, like I said, there are plenty of other questions that you can ask in this chapter. Please think of one yourself and write it down. Okay? We want to hear what you're thinking about as you read the story. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.